Big Buses for Little Kids is a program that our company, Ambassatours Gray Line, started through hearing the need for children with life-threatening diseases who were going on the wish of a lifetime. We're going to the airport in a taxi cab, and when we heard some of these stories, we wanted to, I guess, do our part and participate and help out. So we called up Children's Wish and we asked them if we weren't really sure if there was going to be any interest, but we said we'd like to provide buses complimentary to take these children on the first part of their wish. At the time, we didn't have a name for the program. We just knew we wanted to do something good.
Belle, I'm going to meet her tomorrow morning, and the Disney princess and Cinderella.
When she was 2.5, she was diagnosed with retinoblastoma, which is well, I guess they kind of say a rare form of cancer in toddlers. So she had a tumor in her eye. So she had to have her right eye, sometimes I forget, her right eye enucleated, and so now she has a prosthetic eye. Yeah, so she had to go through chemo, and she was almost 6 months of chemo, and it didn't slow her down any at all.
We ended up doing the first program, and our driver who did the program, he actually was so moved by the whole experience that he ended up asking to have his wages donated to the Children's Wish Foundation. And we were so moved by that we ended up at a driver's meeting explaining about what Dave Thomas, our driver who asked to have his wages donated, we explained what he did, and we said if each of you were to do the same, we could do all the wishes out of Halifax, which is about 60 to 70 wishes a year just out of Halifax, which we were amazed at. Little did I realize at the end when we said there'll be a sheet at the back to sign up, and it ended up being of 60-some drivers, it was unanimous. There was not a single driver that did not sign up to donate their time to get up in the middle of the night and go pick up these kids with life-threatening diseases and help them start their journey, the first part of their wish. Yeah. Do you want to beat the horn, honey? Push hard. That a girl.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
We've been doing Big Buses for Little Kids for about almost 2 years now. You know, it is emotionally challenging at times when you're not used to, the whole circumstance. But I'll tell you, it's amazingly rewarding for every driver that does it. And we now have drivers coming to us saying, how come you haven't asked me lately? I want to do it the next time, and it's literally we have a waiting list of drivers to do Big Buses for Little Kids. Baden, oh my gosh. Baden, we've done many of these programs now, and Baden was one of the children that, of the number of times that I've done it, he was one of the ones that really happened to touch me. I really connected with.
I'm bringing Holly's drawer books with me because she wants them, and I can't fit them in her little bag, so I have to use my big Spider-Man bulk bag.
Oh, let's have a look and see what you're packing.
I'm packing all these books and toys. I'm packing them.
One more night to go.
I'm packing all books and some toys too.
Well, when we first heard about it, when Baden was getting his wish, it was a bit unbelievable to know that this big bus was going to show up at our front door and pick him up.
When we pulled up with the bus for Baden on his wish of a lifetime to go to the Magic Kingdom. It was just absolutely awesome. He was, you know, it was dark out. We were pulling up with the bus.
It was surreal. It was early in the morning at around 3:30. It was in February, quite cold. And we looked out, and here was this big bus parked up at the front door. All the lights lit up on it. Baden was downstairs, and he was literally gyrating just looking at this bus.
There was nothing better. I mean, he just was like, wow, this is awesome. And you know, again, it just makes you feel so good when you can see a little child enjoy it and appreciate it and feel so special. And truly, Baden and his little sister Holly and his mom and dad, Dwayne and Beverly, they were all, I think, very touched by the experience and kind of overwhelmed as well.
I found it very unbelievable that someone would get up in the middle of the night to bring a family on a wish trip. It was very touching.
Baden felt like a rock star. You know, this was his very own bus for he and his family, and picked them up to go to the airport to begin their wish, all for Baden. And you know, we put on Finding Nemo, the Disney movie, and we put it on, and he and Holly were watching the movie, and they just thought that was the greatest, that they could watch the movie as we were rolling down the road on the bus. And, you know, usually what we do with Big Buses for Little Kids is we ask the children if they would like to hop in the driver's seat. We always put the safety on, so none of the controls work. But basically they can still beep the horn and turn the windshield wipers on and turn the wheel.
Wow. That's wheel was bigger than you
Baden was just laying it onto the horn and just laughing, and his little sister Holly was there, and she was just astounded by it all. It was a pretty magical moment.
Okay.
All right.
Fun!
You know, Baden, we checked him in at the counter, and as we checked him in, he looked at me and he said, "Dennis, can I have your autograph?" And I thought, why would he want my autograph? But he had his Disney book autograph, and so I signed it, Dennis the driver, and anyway, you know, off he went, and it was interesting because, you know, just as I was saying goodbye to him and wishing him well on his trip, Baden said to me, "Dennis, I can't wait to see you next week when I get back and tell you all about my trip." And you know, the way Big Buses for Little Kids works is that in order to fulfill as many wishes as we can, we actually usually drive the children just to the airport, and the Wish Foundation provides a taxi voucher for their return trip from the airport to their home. And anyway, as soon as Baden said, "Dennis, I can't wait to see you when I get back next week and tell you all about my trip," Baden's mother said, "Oh, no, Baden, Dennis can't be here next week." And I said, no, Dennis will be here. And she said, no, Dennis, you don't have to do that. And I said, no, you don't understand. I absolutely have to be here. I want to hear how Baden's trip was.
There was no expectation as it was going to the airport, let alone somebody picking us up in this big executive bus to come home. It was like a...
We felt like VIPs.
Yeah, it was.
VIPs from the moment we got picked up at our home to the moment we got dropped off. And that's the way Baden put it. When we pulled up at the airport, it's like we pulled up to a parking spot that was for VIPs.
Yeah,
and he'll never forget it.
We went to the airport in one of our nicest vehicles. It's what we call the executive motor coach. At the end of the next week, when I went to pick them up, that executive motor coach happened to be booked out that night. And so I had to take a regular motor coach, what some people would just call a bus. Well, you know, I was really a little disappointed or concerned that I was going to disappoint Baden because it wasn't the super deluxe bus. And you know, I pulled up at the airport with the, you know, regular 55 passenger motor coach. And as Baden got aboard the coach, he was more excited about the other bus because he said, "Wow, look at all the seats!" You know, and I thought, my golly, it doesn't take much to please a child.
I tell you, Baden certainly, it made his trip, it made his beginning of his trip, and certainly when Dennis picked us up as extra at the end, he picked us up at the airport, it was unbelievable. Baden thought of the wish more as the bus starting, and then his trip, and then the bus finishing. And for this family, it was, we can't thank Dennis and Ambassadors enough.
Dennis wants to take you for a ride. What do you think of that?
Sure, Dennis.
All right, let's do it.
Thumbs up to that, eh?
All right.
Okay. Lead the way.
All right, let's go. I never thought I'd meet anyone that liked buses, got more excited about buses than me, and Baden actually got more excited about buses than me. Like how
Dennis, look
amazing,
at, thanks for the bus, Dennis.
Oh, you're welcome, Baden. You're
It's
welcome.
an Ocean Center tour bus.
Yeah, I like it. And I was so taken by Baden and what just a beautiful little guy he is, that I said, you know, I asked his parents if they would like us to name a bus after Baden, and so we've done that. And it's a big, bright red trolley bus, and it has Baden right across the front of it. And anyway, they haven't seen this bus yet, but a lot of their friends have seen it around town, and they've told them about the Baden bus, and it gets lots of attention for sure.
Mine.
Go to see whose bus?
Mine.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Baden.
It's the Baden bus, eh?
We're gonna go see it?
Pretty exciting.
And I'm gonna enjoy it.
So they're just about to see the bus named Baden, and so should be kind of neat.
That's my bus.
The program is expanding simply by word of mouth. It's as more motor coach companies hear about it, more of these companies are doing it. And again, our vision is to take big buses for little kids global and have thousands, if not tens of thousands of children all around the world feeling absolutely extra special, as special as they can possibly feel. And if we can help them feel just a little bit like a rock star with all that they have to go through, to me, you know, what can be better that we can do than that? Big buses for little kids and buses themselves are the equivalent to children of providing them with their very own dump truck or fire truck or front end loader, and buses are in that league for a child. And you know, for an adult, just imagine a fire truck coming to pick you up if you were a kid to take you somewhere. I mean, it's pretty exciting stuff.
I'd like to pass this on to Dennis about what you have given our son, you have given our family. It's a very memorable moment from the time that we first met you, that Baden first met you, and having the privilege of you doing this for our son is something that we can't ever thank you enough for. We don't know how long we're going to have Baden, but what we do know is what you've given us is more than what we could ever think of giving him, and for that we're really grateful. And
It's memories like this that we cherish. We learn to live life with Baden. And
you live the moment, and you've given Baden yet another great moment that we can all remember and cherish.
what you're doing for the Wish Foundation is above and beyond, Dennis, and continue the hard work, because it certainly makes a difference in a child's life.
You'll have our support. Thank you.
And again, you just have to see it and experience it to see just how magical it is.